being like closeted in a family where you're still kind of figuring out if they were like with the shits or not is very funny. I hid from my family the whole non-binary thing and bisexuality thing because it's none of their fucking business. I do find it funny as fuck though that when my sister came out, it was a shock to everybody because it's like she was all up on dark skinned men like motherfucking like fucking sprinkles on a cosmic brownie. So for her to go to college and be like, "Oh shit, I'm pansexual," I remember she told me first, and I was like, and I was gonna tell her I was like bisexual or pan. I don't give a fuck. I'm with all the shits. I just identify as bisexual because I want to avoid the pan jokes. I was gonna tell her too, but she kept talking over me, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let her have her moment. I'm not like, you know, I'm gonna let her have her moment, and if she gets kicked out, then that sucks. But I get to learn that my family's shitty. Maybe I'll get to move in with her. And worst case scenario, I have my own room and I know to stay the fuck in the closet too. The closet will have more space, is what I mean. I know that's fucked up. I didn't like her either, though. But I appreciate that she came out to me first. Yay! So, she confesses it to my family. My mom and my dad, or a stepdad, are just kind of like, okay. And they're just like, we don't give a shit. It's like, but secretly behind closed doors, I would hear, like, because I'm a quiet walker and stuff. Also, my mom, like, I don't know. It's like, my mom has a loud voice. Also, sometimes she would talk shit about us openly and not give a shit. Sometimes she would think I was zoning out, so she would talk shit in the same room. Because sometimes I was zoning out. Sometimes I was just pretending to, because I could get all the tea that way. And then, but anyway, so I heard a lot of shit that my mom would say behind closed doors. Funny enough, I got some of her lore that way. I keep saying shit that could rhyme. I need to make raps. Sorry, that's unrelated. I have ADHD. I'm sorry. Oh, I heard her lore from behind the door. Motherfucking heard it from the fucking corridor. I hear words that were spoken to gay people in the house. I thought I was the token. Oh, family's broken? The fuck not. Shut the fuck up. I'm having a lot of fun. Thank you. As I was saying, I walked through the hallways because I was a quiet walker. I don't know. And I heard my mom in the kitchen just being. Oh, wait, no. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I was just in the kitchen and she just didn't notice I was there. She was on the phone with her friend washing dishes and she just started talking about, oh yeah, so she came out. I don't know. Like, I'm not really fucking with it. Like, I don't think it's cool or nothing. I think it's kind of gross. But I mean, it's better than the nigga she was choosing before. Like, fuck it. If we don't get another Neezy, that works for me. And it's like, I thought she liked Neezy. It's like, yeah, sure, he wore a gold laminate suit to prom with Mardi Gras beads, but it's like he was a nice dude. But I guess maybe there's more shitty dudes than Jesus. But yeah, my sister had bad taste in men. Would have been great if our mother could have been a role model, but no, and that's why my sister liked fucked up black men and I like fucked up white and Latino men. Woohoo! And also women, both of us. But I don't think she caused that. I don't. Yeah, she didn't cause that. That was a joke. You can laugh. It's okay. Ignore that. So as I was saying, I remember I heard that and I was like, yep, I'm going way back in the closet. But at some point they suspected it, and at some point my mom, like, I think like a year or so later, she was like, hey, Tamia, do you think you're like bisexual or anything like that? Like, have you ever been attracted to women? I was like, me? No, good for them. No, I did. I gave. I'm laughing my ass off. That's why I'm not doing the impersonation correctly. But I was like, me? Oh, no, thank you. Good for them. I'm not homophobic, but like, no, I like dudes too much. And my mom and my sister were just like, okay then. And I'm pretty sure my mom did find some very lesbian Rule 34 porn shit I made of some OC superheroes I created when I was like in fourth grade. But she did just throw that shit out and not like address it further with me. Like, she did it when I was at. She didn't even. I remember I just came home and it's like, okay, my whole room is unorganized. That's not fun. All my gay shit is gone. No. And she did in hindsight as a kid walk in on me, like, looking at scenes from, like, Euro Trip or certain movies. And I was uncomfortable every time we went to Victoria's Secret because of the big naked mannequins with the big hungalamungas, you know? But if you're wondering, my mom did develop over time, like to the point where I remember, like I was left home alone a lot, so this added more fun to being able to see shit and go through things that no one else did or no one knew that I saw. I remember at some point I was just strolling around the house and I just saw a letter on the bed that my mother was writing, and it was like, "Congratulations to you and Sierra. I'm so happy for you. Happy third anniversary. I see you as like a second daughter that I never had. Bitch! You already have a gay fucking tomboy at home. Why are you outsourcing, you bitch? Fuck you. What a bitch. Then again, she did used to beat me in showers and stuff, so it's like, okay, you know what? You know what? It makes the estrangement easier. I'm sure she didn't mean it like that, but then again, she also did have a habit of like trying to make a big scene out of whenever my sister would eat a friend, she'd latch on to whatever girlfriend she had harder than she would to me. Not fun, but that's some trauma we'll address in probably another video that I'll record 5 minutes after this one. But yeah, so that was like roughly about 3 years later, and yeah, um, but I remember I still didn't come out because I was like, okay, I don't care if it's safe anymore, but I still kind of knew there's favoritism in this family. Like, my mom's favoritism would switch whenever it was convenient. Like, when I was younger, she was like, haha, I have a living black card as a baby because my mom is, like, lighter than this fucking teddy bear's fucking nose. She was a white bitch. Oh, not a white bitch, but, like, a black bitch who looks like a white woman. Like, light skin. Like, who's that one actress? Like a low in London colored lady. And like, so when she was actually kind of lighter, so I remember once I was in San Jose with an ex-boyfriend of mine. I thought I saw her in public. I waved to some random lady who glared at me, and I was like, oh wait, no, that's not my mom. And my ex looked at me and he was like, you thought that woman was your mother? I was like, yeah. He was like, that Latina lady, but she's so pale. And I said, yeah, so is my mom. My mom's as white as this fucking wall. It's led to some interesting things. People think that I am fucking mixed with white because of, one, my skin color, even though I've been tanning more lately, so now I'm becoming more. People are going, oh yeah, that's a black person more. But if you see me during the winter or when I'm inside a lot, then some people are like, yeah, she obviously has a white mom. Plot twist, bitch. Black mixed with Seminole Indian. But on top of that, my mom is the color she is because that shit runs in her family too. But I wouldn't be shocked if my grandmother cheated because it's like, how did two dark-skinned brown people with brown eyes make a light-skinned child with green eyes? How did that happen? I don't know. I haven't done Punnett squares in a while. Sometimes shit happens. But also my grandmother very much was cheating. Either way, my fucking mom looks similar enough to her dad, so I wouldn't be shocked if that was her dad either way. They have shit in common with their face. Anyway, so my mom growing up had allegedly a rough time because her family would exclude her for allegedly, like, not being one of them. Even though I'm sure one... Okay, I'm trying to stay on topic as much as possible. I'm sorry. I just have so much lore that I want to share. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if my mom did have some sort of under-the-radar, like, super, super discreet autism. You know, that would explain why she got with my dad for a lot of reasons. And I wouldn't be shocked if she was isolated because of that, too. She didn't say much about... I don't know. It's hard to get much out of her childhood aside from that she had to mask a lot and act a certain way to get people to like her. So she impersonated people on the TV because she knew it would get her friends, even though she didn't care about them outside of the context of would they make her life easier in high school and not treat her like shit. And then two, because she was like one of the palest people in their fucking family, so she would be treated as an outcast and not like respectable. And treated like fucking shit. So when she gave birth to me for my dark-skinned dad, she was like, hey, black baby, I have a living black card. Woohoo! You can never say I'm not a nigga again. Ah! And she was all happy. And then when she grew up, she was like, oh, fuck. It's a tomboy? Ugh. And she was like, I don't want that little masculine whatever. No. I want to put it in miniskirts and tank tops and abandon it at school when it's 60-degree weather and it's raining with no fucking jacket. Like a good parent. I want to raise feminine children. Bitch, you were like, that shit. If you were supposed to make me more feminine, why are you fucking punishing me it's like, of course I grew up hating skirts since, like, it's like, okay, you gave me uncomfortable, itchy fucking sweaters that weren't cute and were not, like, and were not movable. You gave me mini skirts that I could not do anything in fucking cold degrees. Just for her to find out during my teen years, it's like, oh, to me it really does like makeup and like scented lotions and fancy products and cute dresses. Yeah, when it's age appropriate and not fucking, like there were signs ahead of the time, but she just decided, that child's a defect, never mind, fuck it. Hey, firstborn daughter, I like you now. Cause you're gonna like I know you're the middle child, but I like you now because you got long hair and you'll let me dress you in whatever, and you're fighting for my validation and attention, and you'll be feminine and cute, and we can have daddy like mommy daughter days. And then she'd be like, "Fuck Tamia, go to your room, go to your room, suffer. I don't care that you're getting bullied." Like she wasn't a good parent. Funny enough, ironically, she was the type of parent where she was like even when I was like, oh hey, for my birthday, can I get like scented lotions and perfumes? She would just say no and shit, and just be like, oh well, you have to actually shower more for me to consider you worth it. You can't just like cover your must up with like perfume and lotions. But me in my head, I was self aware enough to go, okay, whatever the fuck is wrong with me mentally, autism makes it harder for me to want to shower more often. But turns out that if I have the fun reward of, ooh, I get to smell like cupcakes, and here's lotion that doesn't smell like fucking nasty chemicals that you got from the fucking clearance section of Bath and Body Works, actual high end shit like quality shea butter, lotions, and like perfumes. Like I liked that shit all the time. I loved dresses. I loved sparkles. I loved fairy tales. She just was not the type of parent that positively fostered that. So, but it's okay because now that I'm actually all about like makeup, wigs, and candles and perfume and all this and long nails. She hated the fact that I used to always keep my nails short. Not my fucking issue though. Maybe don't stress your fucking kid out and let them get stressed out and they wouldn't bite their fucking nails. Also, why the fuck did it matter about nails anyway? Like I never bit them past the nub. They just were like this but slightly shorter. Whatever, she's a bitch. Anyway, moving on because I know I got a little off topic. My mom was not the best parent, and I just kind of knew, okay, I'm pretty sure my sister was able to come out as gay and get accepted because it's like, you know what, she was still like a trophied kid in her eyes. Like, lots of sports games, lots of awards, lots of friends. Like, my sister was very popular. If I recall, once she went to like 8 homecomings and 8 proms in like one fucking year. And like, that was like, she was like a little micro celebrity. Very good. And also, I say that not out of jealousy or envy. I did think that was fucking cool though, but I didn't want what she had. Like, trust me, I would meet the same people she was friends with, and they would treat me with such disdain off the bat because, I don't know, they thought I was too dark, they thought I was too strange. Also, that is a factor why people think my mom's white, because I'm strange. No, that's because I'm autistic and gay and stuff. Um, but either way, I saw the way they treated me. It's like, I know how my family treats me versus her. I know how they treat, also, even the public. Like, for example, the public would see my sister, who was the same color as my mother, who had big, looser, like, hair, often straightened, but sometimes she would have it out. And they would see her, like, kind of doing. I don't want to totally shit on her. I'm not going to say the phrase menstrual act. That would be offensive. I'm not going to say cooning either, because I think that's the opposite energy. I would say. Do you know about not actor, the rapper Saweetie? I feel like Saweetie before was a little bit more authentic, but then over time she wanted to fit a certain image, be liked by black men more, be liked by black people more, be more accepted. Then she got a BBL, really long nails, started talking in a certain cadence and putting on more of an act and doing certain things that seemed very far from how she was before. And it worked, but some people can see it as the very unauthentic stuff it is. And I feel like that's what my sister did. So she got to be the new black card. Meanwhile, me, they were like, that's the little weird one who sounds British and has a speech impediment. And we don't like her drip. She dresses like a school shooter. Like, she could be nice. Or actually, sometimes I wouldn't. I would dress super nice and floral with sundresses and shit. And they'd be like, we don't fuck with those vibes. We like the hoochies. She's not hoochie enough. And they'd be like, fuck you. And it's like, okay, tomboy, goth, feminine. Like, no matter what, I couldn't win in some people's eyes. So, if anything, it taught me, you know what, some people aren't worthy of being, why fight for their acceptance? It wouldn't get me where I want. Like, even my own sister was unhappy. I remember, like, several times. If anything, being liked by my mother didn't exactly put her in a favorable position at all. I think that's kind of the sad thing about growing up with an abusive parent, is that you kind of know that you're still on wobbly ground even if you are the golden child. Like, when I was the golden child, like, she would sing to me, be like, you can have whatever you like, and she would do, like, this, or that. But deep down, it's like, that position can change at any time. The second she was frustrated, the second she was stressed out. And like I think my sister kind of avoided some of the abuse later on in life by being more of a person that my mom could vent to, as someone to vent their frustrations about, instead of beating to or yelling at to vent her frustrations out. That's not cool. I remember when I was the golden child, I remember she got mad at my older sister and my younger brother for something. This is actually really heartbreaking to remember because they were so young, you know? I remember my sister's silk pajamas with the cute little lipsticks on it. I remember my older brother in his navy blue pajamas. And I remember how I was sitting in her bed because I was the favorite. And she came in the room with them too. And she grabbed a belt and she looked me in the eyes and said, "This is what happens when you act bad." And then she turned them around and hit my sister as hard in her ass as she could, as my sister had to hold in her screams and cries. And why would you do that to a child that's half of your fucking size, maybe even smaller? That's fucking evil. Sorry. Mm. I think my sister deserved better. I think of her as an awful, stupid cunt. But I know a lot of her personality is the way it is because she grew up in an environment that didn't foster her to be more of a nurturing and caring person. I know we grew up in the same environment, but we still had different experiences and different, like, she probably had to witness me being the favorite and resented me for it, and always sought after my mom's attention, and once she had it, she just did what she could to foster it positively. I get that. And then me, I was the favorite for a while, and then once I lost favor, I stopped caring entirely because I didn't want to be admired by someone that evil again, because I see the type of shit they like. They like to beat kids. They like to sexualize their own kids. They like to be evil. I don't want to be anything a person like that could ever fucking like. So we grew up very different and we came out very different. I hold sympathy for my sibling, but at the same time, I can tell they're just going to become another version of my mother. And they already have almost all the same traits. So it's like, you know what? If she wants to grow up and be someone just like my just like how my mom never really forgave her mother, but would still simp for her attention by hoping she could make the right meals or overlook the shit stains on the walls and the seats and do this and do that, that she could have a loving big family and finally like have a good relationship with her mother that she never had when she was young. I thought that was pathetic seeing my mother go through that. But whatever. And then I thought it was fucking sad and pathetic when my sister is, if she wants that to happen, if she wants to have a parent that never takes accountability for what she fucking did to all of us, and if she wants to develop all the same traits of being narcissistic and selfish and rude and fucking hostile and judgmental and a nasty bitch who only likes people if they can do something for her and make her look good in the eyes of others, if she wants to go into a nasty little vile slut, like, I'm sorry, slut is a bad word, but I've been saying it more. I say slut not to. I'm a slut, if anything, so don't worry. I like to say bad words if it feels like it fits me. Slut, whore, cunt, bitch, asshole, dookie brain, boo boo head, shit stain. So don't say I'm someone who's slut shaming, because you already know I'm a fucking whore. I got into it specifically to finance a life away from my mother. So don't worry. Sorry for saying that, though. I apologize. I don't want it to take away from the message. But if she would like to be such an evil fucking person, just like my mother, and continue on with the generational trauma, she can do that. I would like it if she didn't, but that's who she is. And yeah. Oh well. Now, since the topic of this was coming out, but it festered into this, I will say I guess I'm glad that I never felt I had to get validation from my parents. If anything, even when I was young, from the way I saw my mom treat us, I just thought to myself, I don't care if she accepts me in the slightest or not, because it's none of my business. None of my life is her business. I plan to one day get away so far and never see her again and have a fantastic fucking life that she will never know about. I'm gonna have kids that like me and talk about me nicely. I'm gonna have a husband, not a baby daddy, a husband who loves me and would absolutely never let me abuse our kids in the way she did. They're all gonna be from one man, or hey, maybe even a woman. I might fall in love with a woman. And whether I have no kids, many kids, a wife, a husband, a beautiful, flourishing life, or anything, she is the last person who needs to know about it. because I don't seek any sort of warmth or validation from her because I know what comes with that and it's not worth it. I'd rather have a peaceful life where I feel joy and experience happiness. And that is truly what I want. So I guess it is good that my sister came out. I appreciate that she was willing to be the punching bag first and that she came and confided in me first because maybe to an extent she still cared and thought I would react the best. I respect that. And I'm glad that she didn't have anything bad happen to her. But it's a shame that our parents were in such a way where I knew, okay, she was afforded the luxury of being accepted. Meanwhile, me, I know that I would be mocked or maybe even just no. Just no. So yeah, I guess I am glad that I don't have to seek my mother's validation or love or trust. Because even when I was as young as like 10 or so, I thought if I ever have a girl that I like, I'm not gonna ask my parents shit. I'll just go on dates with her with my money for my jobs or for whatever. And I'll date her in private, and no one needs to know a single thing about it because it's none of their fucking business. And she doesn't deserve to even have a chance or right to know. And then I would just move out when I was 18 and go. Life went very differently, but don't worry. I'm still happy with the reality I have. And even so, I think a child version of me would be very happy to know that, hey, you're not at home, or what you were forced to call a home. You are safe, you are loved, you have gay friends, you have trans friends, you have accepting, lovely friends, and a community, and almost a sort of found family, and you will be happy. I have friends that are straight and none of those things, but they still will find me, and I'll always find love in this planet, regardless. Alright, peace out. Bye-bye.